Yo guys, your boy Chrono ZYT, and yeah, today I want to talk about what happened in the weekend. Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. Now I watched the match only once, just in the morning of Sunday, and I was completely overwhelmed. I already predicted that Errol Spence would win, but I didn't know he would be completely dominant. Like, not even one round was even, in my opinion, like possible for Mikey Garcia to win. It was literally a whitewash. It was completely a wipeout. It completely diminished any credibility. Errol Spence diminished any credibility that Mikey Garcia had in this fight, and it was just astonishing to see. I knew that the weight difference would play a massive role. I didn't think it would be this insane though. And I have to give a massive credit to Errol Spence because he was completely like dominant. He boxed well, boxed very, very well, like very intelligently. Didn't try to, go in and go wild or anything. He kept it simple, boxed. Mikey Garcia couldn't do anything. And I have just one thing I wanted to say. Like, when I was watching it, I was thinking Errol Spence could have finished it maybe a bit earlier, like in the 8th round or 7th round. I mean, there was nothing that seemed threatening from Mikey Garcia for Errol Spence to be concerned with maybe a counter or a punch that might, hurt him. And he could at times seem to pick it up and put Mikey Garcia on the ropes and just stick it to him and force a stoppage, but it seemed like Errol Spence was giving a lot of respect to Mikey Garcia. And I mean, fair enough if he does, obviously he respects Mikey Garcia. He said it before the fight anyway, but I mean, the guy was a bit upset with obviously feeling disrespected in the fact that Mikey Garcia would fight him, like not see it as like a threat and thinking he would win against someone who's much bigger as an opponent. Surely you would try to show him completely that there is no possible way you would defeat him. Obviously he did that by completely dominating him for 12 rounds, but I was surprised that he wouldn't go for a stoppage. I mean, it seemed, in my opinion, it was there for the taking to force a stoppage, because there was just a lot of rounds where he could have just really got the referee to just come in and stop it. He had a lot of respect in that fight, and I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of people posting online that maybe it's because Errol Spence doesn't have that actual power. Like, he doesn't have the power to get Mikey Garcia out of there, and I didn't know if that was true or not. And so I watched a couple of rounds again, like just a couple of rounds that I thought where Errol Spence could have picked it up and stopped him. And I noticed maybe Errol Spence was just a bit wary of Mikey Garcia, because if you looked at Mikey Garcia, some of his movements, he looked like he was really trying to counter it. Obviously he couldn't implement it because Errol Spence was boxing very smartly. But I mean, it looked like Errol Spence was waiting, trying to goad Errol Spence in. Mikey Garcia was trying to goad Errol Spence in sometimes, because he did throw in a couple of good right hands, a couple of good left hooks here and there. They weren't really effective, but maybe that's what Errol Spence was worried about. Maybe he didn't want to give Mikey Garcia any leverage, and I don't know, to say that he was worried for his power, which Mikey Garcia didn't look like he would ever worry Errol Spence with any of his power, because Errol Spence was just too massive. But maybe it was respect. Maybe it was just being better safe than sorry. But a lot of people are saying now that with him not being able to stop Mikey Garcia, who is obviously boxed at featherweight and lightweight, and obviously Errol Spence is a natural welterweight, that this might be looking more and more worse for him apparently ducking Crawford. Like, that he might actually be worried that Crawford would probably beat him, or he won't be able to hurt Crawford, because if he couldn't even take out Mikey Garcia, Crawford is obviously bigger than Mikey Garcia, and he's got more knockouts than Mikey Garcia, I think, or he's got more of a knockout percentage. I'm not too sure, but you know, he's one of the pound for pound. I think he's number one pound for pound right now. So maybe Errol Spence is actually a bit worried for Crawford, and maybe Crawford knows it, considering this match could be proof that Errol Spence doesn't have the power to actually stop Crawford, and maybe he's worried that Crawford might have the power over him and might hurt him in the fight. I don't know. Leave your comments in the comment section below what you think of the fight, and what you think of the possible fight with Crawford, if that would ever happen, and what you think of what happened right at the end as well, when Errol Spence called out Pacquiao. Let me know in the comment section below. Share if you like this video. Sharing is caring. Subscribe if you're new, and see you in the next video, guys.